Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Manita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today I'm going to be talking about week 4 of the year 2021. And this is from the 17th to the 23rd of January 2022. And Moon will be transiting through Cancer, Leo, and Virgo signs. Cancer 17th to 19th would be opposite Saturn, Mercury, Sun, aspected by Mars and Ketu. Leo 20th to 22nd and a half days, so it's opposite Jupiter here, positive. Virgo 23rd, 24th, aspected by Rahu. These are the planetary movements interacting with this moon. A very important week because there is the major highlight being for 21st of January to 18th of February, Saturn is going to be in Cancer Navamsha. So if somebody is feeling that, why I'm talking so much negative about Cancer. So you must understand that Cancer sign is very heavily afflicted because of the malefic influence from a long time. Saturn has been aspecting Cancer. Ketu has been aspecting Cancer from a long time. Mars is also going to be aspecting Cancer sign from now on. So there is a lot of maleficence attached to Cancer sign. And Cancer ruler is as it is Moon, and Moon is watery, Cancer sign is watery. So when all these things happen, so you do feel quite emotional. You can go haywire also with in your relationships. Your mother's health can suffer. So all these things we can actually feel during this Cancer sign's affliction. And Saturn has been aspecting from January 2020, and Ketu has been aspecting as well from 2021, September, October onwards. So you can very well understand that when these kinds of configurations happen, we should just lie low. We should do things which the earthy signs basically, earthy sign is a practical sign. So be more practical in your decision making rather than falling prey to your emotions. We know that Rahu is also aspecting Virgo sign as well as it's afflicting the Taurus sign from a long time. Looking at Saturn also being in the Capricorn sign. So the earthy sign people have become suddenly very materialistic, very meticulous about their jobs. And that is what this Cancer sign is going to balance out also at the same time. But it said that you don't have to lose your control, you don't lose your emotions, don't lose your logical reasoning when you're making decisions. Okay, so this is what this week looks like, and we do have Pisces sign also getting afflicted, and along with that Scorpio sign is also afflicted because of Ketu's presence. So to tame these energies of watery energies, I've already made a video, separate video. So just check where your Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces signs are in your horoscope, because everybody has these working, right? So in that particular area, with that relative and with that particular zone it represents, there are certain afflictions that you're going to face, or there are certain maleficence attached to these zones. You're feeling quite, restricted in your energies. You're feeling quite uncomfortable in your relationship when these kind of configurations happen. Okay, so I will be sharing with you one by one as per the ascendant or the moon sign predictions, so you can very well understand what exactly are we all heading to. So I'll be sharing the screen and showing you the chart, and I'll be explaining, because this is Sidereal Zodiac, right? We go on to Aries signs first. So for Aries natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 4th, 5th, and 6th houses this week. So your mental frame is towards emotions a lot. Maybe with your childhood friends, with your neighbors, with your people, with your core group, you're feeling these energies even more. You're going to be feeling quite attached, yet there will be a lot of negative influence of the planets also in the 4th house zone. 4th house is the house of comforts, happiness. So you will be happy, but there will be some vacuum that has been created in your life. Suddenly you feel that there is a miss, there is something which you are not, which you're losing control on. Maybe your mother is going through some turmoil, or she's feeling quite uncomfortable during this time. At the place of work, you're becoming very emotional and you're very drained, too tired. You really need to take some rest. There is a lot of companionship that you are looking for. You're feeling too lonely. Even if you're with people, you're feeling quite lonely. There can be that there is some influence of an ex-partner in your life, which can happen to start with. And it is going to be actually pulling you down from the current relationship you're in. It's just asking you to step down from the current relationship. So do not get carried away. Make positive changes in your life, make right kind of changes and decisions, so that you do not have that kind of miss that your relationship requires at the moment. Moon will also be transiting your 5th and the 6th houses. 5th house, of course, Jupiter is looking here, so you will have some cordiality, some kind of balance which will be there in relationship. For education purpose, this is a very positive week. Maybe you will start reading a book, you will start picking up and doing your papers. Something to do with your educational growth is on cards. In the 6th house, Moon will be transiting through on the 23rd and 24th, though this week is still the 23rd, but yes, we're covering this 6th house energy. So here you are feeling that there is a lot of neglect to your health. You're not focusing on your diet, on your fitness. The day-to-day routine life is getting disturbed and hampered. Mercury, being the ruler of the 6th house, is retrograde. Venus debilitates in this house, is retrograde. So in relationship, you're going to be having a lot of convincing thing, which is coming to play. You're going to be having some cordiality attached to this, some kind of relationship which is on the physical plane more. So this definitely shows that there is some kind of energy which is leading to the positive energy in your relationship. The bonding is going to be getting stronger, especially till the time Venus is retrograde. Venus retrogression with the Lagnation, your 9th house, is like, giving you the luck, enriching your luck. Okay, so you can depend on your luck, especially when it comes to relationship. You have a lot of energy, zeal in you to do things. Utilize that as well. If you have to go in for some charities, this is the right time to do so. You should be going in for some savings now. Don't deplete your savings. Do not go overboard in your expenditures. You will definitely be wanting to spend on things that you really, have been planning from a long time. This will actually help you go ahead with it. So this is definitely a very mixed kind of a feeling that you're going to be having this week. But it is definitely going to be balanced out, because when there are planets in retrogression, there is Sun energy working here. Sun is your willpower, how you want to combat the particular situation. What is that energy that is pulling you down? The Sun energy will actually shape you and will take you out of that problem as well. So there might be that some senior or some authoritative figure comes into your life, somebody who is influential, could be a male, could be a female, any gender, can be there to help you. So be receptive and be open and be adaptable to certain people around you who are going to be helping you. Take their advice. This is the time you should depend on some outside energies, outside forces, outside people who can help you sail through the phase that you're going through from a long time. All right. The mother is definitely requiring some attention health-wise. Pay attention. For loan purpose, you should not go in for any kind of loans right now. This is not the week. In fact, Rahu is looking at your 6th house. This will lead to, inability to pay back the loans. So be careful about that. All right. Do not get carried away. Coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. For Taurus natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 3rd, 4th, and 5th houses this week, and is going to be aspected by so many planets in the Cancer sign. So you have Cancer in your 3rd house, Scorpio in your 7th, and Pisces in your 11th. I have already made a video where I have mentioned about Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces natives, they're suffering. But you must see that these zones, which are your 3rd, 7th, and 11th houses, they are also suffering because of the affliction being there. So you are not actually out of that affliction that only the Cancer natives or the Scorpio natives or the Pisces natives will be feeling the brunt. No, you have to be, first of all, very practical in your relationship with people apart from your own self. People you're moving around in, maybe there is somebody who is taking advantage out of you. You have to be very cautious. Some servant of yours, some house help, somebody who is taking you on an emotional trip and wants you to do things their way. So that will cause a lot of anxiety to you. But at the end of the day, you feel that this anxiety was worth it because you were paying attention to the small things where there are loopholes. So you get a lot of revelations during this time as well. In relationship also, you have a lot of detaching kind of energies working. So you have to put little extra effort to sail through this energy as well. There can be that, there is a breakup or there is some kind of lack of intimacy between you and your partner. Fulfillment of desires, of course, it's a gradual process, but definitely it is going to take place. Also, the student natives should lie low. Starting of any kind of education, any kind of business, that's not advisable because Mercury is retrograde and so is Venus. So Venus represents relationship, business, trade, commerce. So you have to be really careful about your investments as well. You might just get carried away and invest somewhere where you didn't even plan. So Mercury retrograde does that. So be careful. Your Lagna Lord is in the 8th house in retrogression with Mars. So there can be that you are going to be planning your overseas connectivity. People might just, want to pump in money in your own firm. So just discuss things with them. It is definitely going to materialize. Also, Moon is going to be in your 4th and 5th houses. So touch your roots, be there, be more alert as to what is happening around you. Jupiter is looking at this Moon, so definitely it's a very positive grace that you're going to be feeling. And this will lead to a lot of aggression in you and your partner as well. They can be because of the there is somebody in the house who's causing all this, some misunderstanding they're causing. So just try to figure that out. Who could that be? Okay. So that, you are not trapped in this particular transit. Change of residence, in case you have to, you can. Initiation of romance is also quite likely. Venus, though, is in retrogression, but you might come across somebody. Maybe your ex-partner only comes back to you because Venus is in the 8th house with Mars being the 12th house ruler. So this brings about your old flames, old heart connectivity back. So be careful when you are dealing with all these people, this energy especially. So you have to be extra watchful as to what do you want. Decide. Don't waste your time on anybody else, or don't let any other person waste time because of you. It's not right. Okay. So just be more practical, be more receptive, be more encouraging to your relationship rather than splitting away. I know it is very difficult right now, but still you can definitely put some effort and make things go a little better. With Ketu also in the 6th house, it detaches you from your partner. Maybe you're working long hours, you're not able to move away from the place the partner is in. So you are going to be having that kind of separation, okay, that kind of forced separation, which is causing you some anxiety as well. But overall, this is going to be bringing about some change in the profession, career, job. Bosses might change, your co-workers might change as well. Maybe they are quitting and leaving and new are coming in. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. For Gemini natives, your Lagnesh is in retrogression, number 1. 2, Moon is going to be transiting your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th houses. So you're very emotionally attached with your family right now during this time, especially. You are already an attached person, but with Moon transiting through the Cancer sign and aspected by so many planets, like there are 5 planets who are aspecting this Moon on that particular day. That is Saturn, Mercury, Sun, and we have Ketu and Mars also aspecting and influencing this Mercury. So that is something which, you are actually feeling that there is some detaching energies in relationship. You're very highly sexually charged up, but the mental pressure that you are going through is tremendous. Some litigation on cards, and you're not getting that kind of judgment you were expecting. There is some kind of lack of communication with your own people, or there is miscommunication with your own people. You say something and something else happens. Your health is suffering from a long time, so you better get yourself examined in case you're feeling the similar kind of results as I've described now. Or you can just go in for the surgical process, and then you can just let us know whether it was the same area that I had given the diagnosis of. So just see. Also, there can be a change of place, change of residence, change of your, change of your job, your projects that you're getting, maybe from the overseas people. You're going to be forming some connectivity, and not a good time for initiation of any business, because your sixth lord is in the seventh house, that is Mars. So this can lead to some complications in the business, new businesses. So maybe the money gets stuck, or you just don't have enough money later to actually invest more. So that is something which you can avoid, right? So just avoid and don't get carried away in your investments unnecessarily. For student natives, this is not the right time to start their new education. New education as in, like, if they are thinking of changing their subjects, from a long time. So just wait for the Mercury to go direct and Venus to go direct as well. So then you will feel a little better. Okay. Saturn is also going to be in the Navmansha of Cancer. So this is like, it's like Sadesati like results you will be getting. Cancer people, Leo people, Gemini people, they will be feeling the Sadesati like results. So in D9 especially. So you have to be very cautious about your mother's health, about your mental health. You don't get carried away or swayed by what the other picture looks. You feel that the other picture is better. If you make a right choice, maybe, you will get elevated, but that's not going to happen. So this is the time to slog yourself up and just go ahead and flow with the flow, rather than, taking any more risks and chances. Okay, coming to Cancer sign. For Cancer natives, Moon is going to be transiting your first, second, and third houses. And this is the time when you should not be taking any more risks. This risk taking is going to lead to a lot of losses in affairs, in your love, relationships. In case you are planning to travel also, this is not the right time. Health issues can come up as well. And also, you are quite concerned about your family matters, your budget planning. You're thinking too much about your financials also. Maybe you're going to be meeting somebody and showing off what you have, and you overspend there. So that's not going to help you. You should save your money and don't let them get depleted. Also, there is a probability of having troubles while travels. Not every week it's the same kind of a thing, but yeah, this week, because Moon is also transiting through your third house, short journeys, they might be cumbersome. Your car breaks down while traveling or something. You have to be careful when these predictions are made. They are actually to forewarn you, so that you're forearmed, right? So you should actually take these advice in case you have to make certain things related to these. If you're going to be driving yourself, so at least you are now well prepared. Heads up for you. There is a nature change in your partner, in your spouse. This week you will feel that there is some detaching energy, or you are too emotional in your relationship, but you're not getting that kind of reciprocation and you feel quite uneasy because of that as well. Your fourth lord is retrograde, so there can be lack of happiness questioned, but Jupiter is actually giving you that kind of space and that kind of positive energy from the 8th house. So it will give you some relief in your health, some complications that you were having with your seniors that will get resolved, they will get sorted. So this week you will have a lot of changes coming your way. It's like swift changes. You might be making decisions related to your house change, disposing of your property, all that you might be making the choices about, and you'll be discussing with your own people also to sort it out rather than doing everything quietly. So that's something which is really positive. And Mars is also in your, the Yoga Karagra in your 6th house. So this gives you, definitely this gives you some kind of connectivity with the co-workers, some new people joining in, and also some new fitness regime that you're going to be taking up. So go ahead with the diet, go ahead with your diet plan and your workouts. This is the time you should be doing when Mars is in your 6th house. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Leo. For Leo natives, this transit of Moon happens in your 12th, 1st and 2nd houses. Cut down on the nonsensical expenditures, please. You are wasting a lot of money on charities, on charitable institutes. I'm not saying don't do it, but don't lose your mind when you're doing all these remedies. You know, you have to be very sensible, very accurate whether this remedy is actually meant for me. Because charity, if you are giving something in charity, whether it is permissible in your horoscope or not, you're giving some food items, that's something which is very general and it's okay. Water distribution, you should not donate water until unless it's mentioned in your horoscope, remember. So these are all customized remedies that I give. I do not go overboard and give the general predictions for sure that these remedies are for you, so you go ahead. No, there is nothing like an individual remedy on the general platform like this. So you have to be seeking advice before jumping into your remedies, and don't make any wrong choices as far as your remedies is concerned, and they actually have side effects also. So this week, even Saturn is going to be in your 12th house, Navmansha, that is in Cancer. So that's where, you know, you will feel in Shravana Nakshatra, of course. So you will feel a lot of restriction, foundation in doing things because it is after all your 12th house. So this will give you a lot of lack of sleep also. You might just have to take help of the sleeping tablets also. So be careful, don't, it's not required. You will get the sleep ultimately, but yes, when it is going overboard, you're trying hard, but you're not getting that kind of sleep. So definitely somebody's intervention is required. This is not the time for initiation of romance, initiation of something new, some new venture, new business, or something to do with your selling of the property. Not a right time. You will not get the price that you're looking at. So I think the best is to lie low and then make a decision. Jupiter is transiting your Kendra, and so are Rahu and Ketu. So this combination gives you a lot of changes. It brings about some changes which you were not even expecting. So be prepared. There is some change in your profession, or there is some confusion in your profession which is going to get sorted. And there can be that you are having that good rapport and a good chemistry and bonding with your own partner, with your life partner. Okay, so utilize this week for making some certain decisions that you have been holding on. Okay, don't go overboard in your look change or, you know, cosmetics, or don't go overboard in buying things, online shopping, and to show who, you know, it's not worth it. So just lie low rather than going haywire mentally. Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this week brings you good luck. Some travel plans will culminate, and there are certain investors that you're going to be getting, in your firm that you have been looking for a long time. There can be some complications here and there with your partner, of course. There can be lack of love, romance, relationship, or you can go highly volatile and charged up in your sexual agility. Okay, so these are two extreme things which can happen. Also, Mercury, Venus, both are retrograde. Your Lagnesh is retrograde. Your second lord is retrograde. So there can be too much of expenditures that you are going through, since your Lagnesh and your Dhanbhava Lord Venus has gotten retrograde. Your luck Lord is also retrograde right now. So you should not depend on your luck. Okay, this will happen. Obviously, I can depend on my luck. Some people do, and they do get the results. But in your case, it's not right to depend on your luck to make choices and decisions. You have to put effort. Nothing is going to be served on a platter. So that is something which you have to be careful about. And also you have Mars in the Kendra. So take care of your health and also take care of your mother's health. Okay. Rahu brings about a lot of confusion. So do not at any cost hand over the papers without rereading them. There can be some documentation issues that you have to go through. So be careful about those energies. All right. Be careful. Just do it, but with care, with a lot of precision, rather than just doing it on the go. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. Libra natives, your Lagnesh is retrograde. Jupiter is in your 5th house, though, which is very positive for the student natives, for relationship, also for travels, journeys, in case you have to, if it is really important, only then take up any kind of journeys. You have a Kantaka Shani, and Saturn is going to be in your Cancer sign of Mansha also. So this leads to a lot of changes at the place of work. Maybe you require to sit longer for your working. The working hours are extended. So you have to be patient. There can be that you are having some lack of connection with the seniors and the bosses and the colleagues. You are not able to put forth whatever your ideas are, whatever you have some projects in hand where the company can go to another heights, but they are not understanding you. They are having a lot of issues to understand, and that kind of rapport is missing. That kind of chemistry and bonding is missing at the place of work. So you have to work through that. You have to be more practical rather than being emotional, because Saturn is also going to be in Cancer of Mansha. So double the impact of Saturn makes you feel quite arrogant that everything I can handle, but there is lack of something which is stopping you from putting your word forward. So work through these energies. Also take care of your financials. Ketu is in your 2nd house. Ketu is a detaching planet. Also in your 5th house, we have Saturn, Mercury, Saturn, Mercury, and Sun. So this brings about changes in your educational system. Whatever subjects you have been studying, you're going to be changing. You're going to be joining some government organization. There can be that you get approved by some authorities also during this time. Not good for health purpose, because your 6th lord has transited through the 5th house. So it might give you some health issues. Take care. It's as it is the Magha position. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. For Scorpio natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 9th, 10th, and 11th houses this week. And as you know, Cancer sign is afflicted, so you don't have to depend on your luck. You have to be very practical. You have to make decisions very carefully about your shifting of the place. Maybe you're applying for the visa, PR, etc. So you have to be very focused on these things, or just go through the documents 2-3 times to get the good results of this transit. Saturn is going to be in the Navmansha also of Cancer. So this means that it is a Sadesati-like result for the Gemini, Cancer, and Leo people. So you have to be really careful about your health. You have to take care of your changes, job changes. Maybe the changes are not the desired ones. People might just misunderstand you often. So take care before going overboard and hastily, making decisions of quitting the job, because, there are complications at the place of work, which you're really working hard at to get the accolades and the acclamations. Also, we have Jupiter in the Kendra and Rahu Ketu also in the Kendra. So this becomes like too much of energy in the 7th house zone. This also brings about complications in different behavior of the partner also. You will find that the partnership business requires a lot of funding, a lot of investments, capital, share. All that is going to get triggered up, but Mercury is retrograde, so lie low. Don't just make the payments right now. Mercury goes retrograde thrice or 4 times a year because Mercury cannot derive that light on its own. So he is dependent on Sun to provide that light to him. So that's the reason it's not considered to be good to initiate any kind of education, initiate any kind of information, writing, technology. Everything which is related to Mercury you should avoid. Okay. And Venus is also retrograde, being the ruler of the 12th house in retrogression. So this also leads to a lot of expenditures. This is not a good proposition because it is its own zone, the Maraka zone also. So because of your financial overthinking, you will have health issues. There will be some stress levels that you have to go through. This week, you should take advice from your sister or maybe your friends. They are going to be giving you some guidance. Don't tell everybody, but there is something that requires attention at the place of work also, and at home front as well. So you have to balance things out. I know it's very difficult because when you're working, you're just working. So you don't feel like getting back home on time as well, and don't even eat right time. So that is something because of this moon energy also forming a connectivity with the other planets. So make sure that moon is out of the Kal Sarpa. People call this Kal Sarpa as the dreaded one. But yeah, there is a lot of changes which are coming your way because moon is out of this Bandhan Yoga, that is in Rahu Ketu axis, all the planets when are. So this will give you a lot of opportunities also. And with the authorities, you will find some connectivity as well. For student natives, you should just lie low and do what you're doing the conventional way. We'll figure out something, later. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. For Sagittarius natives, moon is going to be transiting your 8th, 9th, and 10th houses. And this is the time when you will feel a lot of energy, turmoil. Mars is there, aggression will be there. They can be that you are having clashes with your partner or partner's family, in-laws of yours. And your partner, your business partner requires a lot of money and you're not giving him or her. So which is causing a lot of friction in between you and the partner as well. So all that you have to really figure out, and it can lead to some health issues also. So health issues could be because of the stress levels getting high, and you are maybe not having timely meals. Ketu is over your 12th house also. Saturn, Mars, Saturn and Mercury and Sun are together in Capricorn sign, which leads to authoritative figures will be getting involved more now with the work, and you will be actually addressing them, or you'll be instructing them, or maybe you are going to be getting instructed by them. Okay, that is something which is because of this Mercury, Saturn and Sun combination. This happens. And Jupiter in the 3rd house, generally, it doesn't do good. Because in the 3rd house, you need courage, you need willpower. Jupiter isn't the planet of willpower. So what's happening, in a way, Mars and Jupiter have changed places. There's a parivartana. I will not say that because Mars is in Sagittarius sign and Jupiter is in the 3rd house zone. So 3rd house actually is the significator being Mars. This actually gives you lack of courage with Jupiter going there. But Mars is supportive of this, so you will by the end of the day make major decisions during this week, and you will be maybe investing, or maybe you'll be making a strong decision about your relationship also. The best is let this Rahu Ketu change signs. Things are going to get a little better, at least in the marriage. I'm not talking about relationship or romance, but yeah, in marriage you will find quite a cajoling effect. But this phase is not good for romance, initiation of romance till Venus is retrograde. So wait, lie low. For education purpose also, you can maybe, join somewhere online, but going there personally is not the right time to do so. Okay. Rest, I think that there is a probability of your ex-partner coming into your life, your ex-romance. Okay. So be more prepared for it. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. For Capricorn natives, Saturn is transiting your first house. Saturn, Navmansha will get active with Cancer sign getting active. Saturn will be in Cancer, Navmansha this week. So these are all the configurations leading to some indifference of behavior between the two of you. A lot of clashes you have gone through in relationship. Now you are not even staying together, you're not living together, but still you are very attached to each other. You can't leave that person, you can't even live with that person. It's that kind of a scenario with Moon and Saturn and Jupiter forming some great connectivity here. Also, Jupiter is a big time saving grace for you in the second house, which is the 8th from the 7th house. So in case you have to start any kind of romance, start any kind of business, you should be doing it this week for sure. Moon will be in your 8th and the 9th houses after that. So this will lead to some a ritualistic approach, breach in ritualistic approach of yours. You might be asked to do certain things which you're not willing to. That can lead to a lot of complications in your home, family environment gets disturbed. So be careful. Do not just go overboard in these things. You should be more concerned about what your parents are saying, what your grandparents are saying. Just follow them and eat what they say, basically. Their food, has been really from ages, whatever you have been having, and now you have switched to the, the fast foods. So that is, or the outside food, basically. So that is something which is not right to do. It will lead to some problems in your system, your digestive system. Lastly, Moon will be in your 9th house, and the 9th house ruler being Mercury is in retrogression. Venus is also in retrogression in the 12th. So travels you are having on cards, but there can be some delays, some restraints you can go through. It can also lead to some cumbersome travels also. Excuse me. The paperwork, suffers. I've seen when Mercury is retrograding in your first house. Your speech is not, what people want to hear. Your speech becomes very sharp. It's like a sword, hanging on your, out of your teeth, out of your mouth. So you feel quite, people don't like you for that reason. You feel quite left out. But yeah, you have to be taming these energies where, your Mercury is retrograde, so you don't say or don't utter anything which leads to hurting others. Also, there can be a chance of purchasing of a property, or disposing of a property. Your brother, your sibling might be traveling overseas. Expenditures definitely is quite likely, and your mother's health might get suffered. So make the best use of the time when Moon is transiting your 9th house zone from the 23rd to the 24th. That's the time when you will be having a lot of energy towards looking at the bigger picture, planning things meticulously, desiring people desiring you, forming a lot of connection with the authoritative figures, some kind of decision making which is going to take place regarding your projects in hand, and also initiation of any kind of learning a language or enhancing your skills, education, higher education. That is also quite likely this week. So just lie low when it comes to the signing of the documents, or maybe you have to redo that. You did the paperwork, now you have to redo it. Some flaws might come up because of Mercury being in retrogression. Coming to the second last sign, that is Aquarius. For Aquarius natives, Moon is going to be transiting your 6th, 7th, and 8th houses this week, and it leads to lots of planning going on as to how the future is going to be. You're going to be very emotional this time, and Saturn won't let you, because Saturn is going to be changing from Gemini to Cancer Navamsha from the 21st of January. 21st to the 18th of February, this is going to be tamed. These energies are going to be tamed by from 21st January to the 18th of February, the 6th house energies are going to work. So this will give you a lot of, in fact, charged up energies towards doing some investments, towards fitness regime, co-workers. You're going to be attached with the new bosses. Place can change as well in your own office. You might just change the cubicle to another one, or you're maybe elevated and you have to change the place where you normally sit. But it is Ketu energy in the 10th house. It's a very detaching energy, and it is going to give you some seclusion also at the place of work. Maybe you are not getting too involved in a particular task because you're fed up now. You feel that, every time I'm putting effort and it's not getting acknowledged. So you have that feeling also. Cancer, Scorpio, as well as your second house lord, that is Jupiter's sign, Pisces. These are watery signs. They are all under affliction. As I've explained, Mars and Saturn are looking at Pisces. Ketu is in your Scorpio. Cancer sign is afflicted by so many planets looking here: Mars, Ketu, Saturn, Moon, Mercury, Sun. So 5-6 planets are looking at a particular zone. So there's a very charged up energy. So the best vent is either, help the needy, to be more charitable, spend alone time with your own people, spend some time with them, talk about what is happening in your life rather than escaping from things. Also, there is Saturn in your 12th house. It is the start of your Sadasati also. So this is going to lead to a lot of complications in your relationship for sure. And it is going to give you some kind of misunderstanding as well. It's just a beginning. So just tame these energies just nip it in the bud. Coming to the next sign, that is the last one, Pisces. For Pisces natives, as you can see, Mars and Saturn are afflicting you over your first house. So a lot of aggression, a lot of logical reasoning is required, latent anger is there. So you feel quite uncomfortable to start with. Moon, as it is going to be in your fifth, sixth, and seventh houses this week, and it's going to lead to some connectivity with the foreigners. New relationship might start. The partner will be very matured and sensible, very logical, authoritative also. Might be that the person is into engineering that you come across, or is into something technical. So quite likely, because Saturn Navamsha is also going to get triggered up this week. Moon is going to be in Leo, and lastly in your Virgo sign. So this will lead to some arrangement that you have to make in your love relationship, your seniors, your bosses. You have to make certain relationship that can be carried forward without any hesitation. Okay, for student natives, this week is a positive week for you to initiate any kind of work or any kind of subject that you have to start. Definitely very positive. And it's very positive for your fitness regime. You should have cordiality maintained with your co-workers this week. Put effort. Jupiter is looking at your 6th house. Definitely positive. 7th house, Virgo, 23rd, 24th, is aspected by Rahu. So there's a lot of confusion, misunderstanding on this particular day with your partner. You're having tea, you thought that, you are going to be together, but then again, you will feel that, oh, this heated or argument that starts up. So you have to be very careful and calm during this time. Also, you are having Ketu in your 9th house. So these are called the detaching energies from your luck. from the divine grace that you feel that, is the only support system that you have. But the luck is not. The luck is not by your side with Ketu in your transiting your 9th house. So don't depend too much on the Ketu energy, on the luck factor. Take the help of your grandparents, take the help of your father to solve the things that the miseries that you're going through. Okay, or maybe there's a wrong advice somebody has given you, only your dad can help you out. This week you are going to be actually initiating some kind of new project. There are many projects that you're handling, but in this week you are going to be assigned more jobs. Okay, so that's okay. The more the better, right? It's more the merrier, right? And also, Moon is going to be in your 6th and the 7th houses, house of luck, romance, partnership. So this is going to be giving you some confusion in relationship. As I said, some problems related to your financials also might come up with so many planets transiting over your 11th house and 2nd house also. Rahu is there in the 2nd house. This trikona, this trine is the earthy sign from here. If you can see, Taurus, Virgo, and Scorpio. This is the trine, which is very active. Okay, so you should actually be more practical. You should work through what do you want to do. You should set your goals. This is the time to set the goals, and definitely it will be paid off. Don't worry. All right, so this is it for all the 12 ascendants and the moon sign. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all follow my advice also, because it's definitely going to help you at least be prepared for it. Okay, so stay blessed everyone. Om Tat Sat.